We've made it to the weekend, so here's your news update. Encircled by critics and protesters at the United Nations, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu told fellow world leaders on Friday that his nation must finish the job against Hamas in Gaza, giving a defiant speech despite growing international isolation over his refusal to end the devastating war. Netanyahu's speech began after dozens of delegates from multiple nations walked out of the UN General Assembly Hall en masse Friday. The U.S. Supreme Court sided again on Friday with Donald Trump, allowing his administration to withhold about $4 billion in foreign aid authorized by Congress for the current fiscal year as the Republican president pursues his America First agenda. President Donald Trump announced Friday that he has ordered the declassification and public release of all government records from aviator Amelia Earhart, who vanished in 1937 during an attempt to fly around the world. Sinclair Broadcast Group is bringing Jimmy Kimmel's late night show back to its ABC affiliate stations on Friday night, ending a days-long TV blackout for dozens of cities across the U.S. over remarks the comedian made in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination. U.S. military leaders deployed around the world have started to prepare to travel to Virginia for a meeting with the Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth next week, which some officials on Friday billed as a gathering focused on the warrior ethos. Donald Trump on Thursday unveiled sweeping new import tariffs, including 100% duties on branded drugs and 25% levies on heavy-duty trucks. The British government said on Friday it would require every employee to hold a digital identity document. This is the Prime Minister's latest attempt to tackle illegal migration and reduce the threat from the populist Reform UK party. Election officials in Moldova barred a pro-Russian party on Friday from standing in Sunday's parliamentary election, in a move that threatens to raise tensions ahead of the high-stakes vote. Sunday's poll could have sweeping consequences in Moldova, whose pro-European government has warned of extensive Russian-backed efforts to sway the vote and derail Moldova's bid to join the European Union. The FBI has fired roughly 20 agents for kneeling during racial justice protests. The agents were photographed at a protest in Washington that followed the 2020 death of George Floyd at the hands of Minneapolis police officers. The Bureau reassigned the agents last spring but has since fired them. A Republican member of the South Carolina House, who prosecutors say used the screen name Joe Biden 69, agreed Friday to plead guilty to distributing sexual abuse material involving children. A woman in California who was accused of registering her dog to vote had her arraignment postponed. She is charged with 5 felonies for registering her dog and voting for the dog in 2 elections. The 62-year-old said in a statement that her intent was to improve the voting system. The case is causing concern at the county level, and since the presidential election last fall, 175,000 names have been purged from Orange County's voter files. Oklahoma State Superintendent Ryan Walters has resigned. He is stepping down as the state superintendent of public instruction to become the CEO of the Teacher Freedom Alliance. In a brief appearance on Fox late Wednesday night, Walters said he is excited to step down and accept his new position. He said his goal is to destroy the teachers' unions. This comes after a July 2025 scandal when 2 members of the State Board of Education alleged that a TV in Walters' office displayed images of naked women during a closed meeting. Walters is the same superintendent who directed public schools to incorporate the Christian Bible and 10 Commandments into instruction.